It is primary election night in Pennsylvania. We're watching a handful of contested races across the mid-state. Those results are scrolling at the bottom of your screen and on abc27.com. But we begin with one of our most competitive primaries in Harrisburg, where 5 Democrats are vying to be mayor. Sarah Wilson joins us now live in studio with the breakdown. Sarah.
Yeah, Valerie, crowded and competitive. Let's take a look at some of those results. The 3 current city officials, as you're about to see, are in the lead. We're talking about incumbent Mayor Wanda Williams with 36% of the vote. Treasurer Dan Miller not very far behind with 34%. He was actually up ahead of her earlier in the night. Then we have City Councilman Lamont Jones in the third. If we scroll to the second one, we see the 2 community activists, Tone Cook and Louis Butts. Both of them still trailing well behind. We see Tone Cook with 6%, Louis Butts with 2% of the vote. As Valerie said, you can see this all online. But a lot of candidates and volunteers. But as I learned from talking with voters today, not a lot of turnout. There weren't many of them, and the ones who did show up weren't surprised.
It feels really sad.
People only go out to vote for the president. Not only that, I think people are really aware of who the local elected officials are, what the positions are.
And that probably played a big part in why turnout for Harrisburg's mayoral race was low. So were mail-in ballots. Only about 70% returned statewide.
Voting is important in an election like this, where I was number 17, I think, when I voted at 11 a.m., which is shockingly slow. But this is the election where my vote gets to make a difference.
That's why people like Ricky Horn and Emmy Boz did show up.
Local politics, they impact us on a daily basis. And it literally impacts the thing that I see outside and my neighbor and the person who lives behind me, and impacts how I move through the world.
And for Alex Teplikov, how he moves through the city. He says it's not what it used to be.
My biggest issue really is downtown revitalization. I remember coming to Harrisburg years ago, and it's changed and not for the better.
He's also concerned about crime, one of the biggest issues the city's next mayor will have to tackle.
Living in the downtown, I am concerned about crime. I want this to be a safe city.
He also wants it to be a politically active city. So do others.
And don't think that your vote doesn't count, because every person that thinks that, it adds up. Every vote does count.
Vote, just vote, please.
It's that easy.
Like, just do it. Yeah.
Now, Mayor Williams did tell us during our ABC 27 debate that if she loses this primary, she plans to try to take another path to keep her seat in the general election. Valerie?
Thank you. And Lancaster will have a new mayor. Incumbent Deneen Sorachi is not running for a 3rd term. 2 Democrats were on the ballot, Janet Diaz and Jamie Arroyo, both members of City Council. Arroyo has been leading all night and declared victory a short time ago. In Lemoyne, Cumberland County, voters are also choosing a new mayor, as incumbent Matthew Salkowski isn't running for re-election. No Republicans filed to run, leaving 2 Democrats to battle out this race. Right now, it appears Kasha Griva is a big winner tonight. Staying in Cumberland County, longtime incumbent Jack Ritter wants another term as Mechanicsburg's mayor. He is facing John Anthony on the Republican ballot. There are no Democrats in this field, but right now it appears Ritter is headed for a loss. He's trailing John Anthony by more than 100 votes. In Dauphin County, there's a pair of county judge seats that are up for grabs. Democrats and Republicans are choosing 2 candidates to advance to the general election. 3 of those candidates filed in both primaries on the Republican side. Fran Chardo and Jim Zugay are leading, and in the Democratic primary, those same 3 candidates joined Latasha Williams, who is in the top 2 as things stand now, along with Katie Kennedy McShane. We'll have more election results later in the show, and we will keep updating them at the bottom of your screen, or you can just go to abc27.com.